Better and wetter, baby. So even though you and your partner love each other so deeply and you feel erotically alive, something is missing in your sex life. Maybe you have trouble orgasming or receiving pleasure from your partner's touch. While there is deep love, one or both of you ends up feeling sexually frustrated or just unfulfilled. And you may wonder, will I ever experience the sex that I dream of? Or you might even worry how this will affect your relationship long term. You so desperately want to surrender. You want to feel wetter and more open, and you want to have great sex, but you don't know how. The more pressure you put on yourself or your partner, the worse it seems to get. Help! And it's so deeply painful because the love is so real, yet when it comes to the most intimate act you can share together, something feels blocked. Ugh, I know this feeling. Over time, this can create insecurity, shame, anxiety, hopelessness, depression, and disconnection, even in the most loving relationships. You worry that you'll be replaced or resented for your shortcomings. You compare yourself to other women or your partner's past lovers. You feel broken yet long to open in ways that you desire most. It feels like your mind and body are at war and you want to give your partner what they desire so much, yet you don't know how. And these struggles might even touch on your deepest core wounds because you're tired of feeling blocked from the person you love most. And more than anything, you want intimacy, surrender, pleasure, and connection. If this sounds like you, there is hope, because this was me for so many years of my life. And I'm telling you, things can change. So, if you're ready for something to shift, just imagine this. You start to feel hopeful again, like anything is pussy-ble. The things that once felt impossible become your new normal. You and your partner bond more deeply. Desire is reignited and you both feel sexually fulfilled. After epic love making, you cuddle together in the afterglow, feeling deeply satiated and nourished. Anxiety softens. Pleasure overflows. You feel more confident, relaxed, softer, and safer in your body. Your heart opens because your nervous system finally trusts. Your partner feels empowered and supporting your pleasure, and you feel proud of your expanded capacity to receive. And as your sex life transforms, your relationship deepens. You feel relief, levity, ecstasy, celebration, and the freedom of surrendering to your body's magic. So, how do I get these results, you might be asking, as someone who has personally gotten these results from A to B, what I just described. Tune in, you don't want to miss this. So the first thing that you can do is create a holistic sex practice. This is an intentional self-pleasure ritual designed to unlock new layers of pleasure, orgasm, and healing within you first, so that you can naturally bring that expansion into your relationship through breath, sound, movement, intention, slowing down, creating ritual, sacred space. You start to build a deeper relationship with your own body. And I notice that whenever I hit a plateau in my sex life, it's a sign that my self-pleasure practice needs attention. Your relationship is always a mirror into your own inner world. And so your sexual thriving is actually the foundation for thriving in partnership. So how do you do this? Create a 10 to 15 minute personalized ritual for self-pleasure, and you may incorporate 3 different elements such as breath, sound, or movement. You can practice this 1 to 3 times a week and notice how it starts to impact and shift your relationship with pleasure and with your partner. So an example of this could be creating a ritual where you put some candles on, you have your sex toys, you have some oil, maybe you put some music on, and the first thing you want to work with is slowing down. So everything that you normally do, you just do it twice as slow. You really take your time, maybe you run your fingertips, just graze like a light feather touch, and you really take the time that you would want a lover to take on you, on yourself, instead of rushing right into the erogenous zones, the main erogenous zones. We work with the subtle zones, maybe the neck, the collarbone, the breasts, the face even, these other areas, and you just really give yourself that slow approach. Another element you can use is breath. So maybe you want to do some heart breathing, breathing in and out of the heart, and then maybe you move into the pussy and you do some pussy breathing. This is my favorite. And with the breath you can incorporate sound, so breathing in and out of the heart or in and out of the pussy, and then on the exhale sounding the pussy and sounding the heart. When you use sound and breath, these are conduits that carry pleasure, amplify pleasure, and expand pleasure in your body. Okay, and then another example of this could be movement as well. So maybe you're gyrating your hips a little bit, maybe you're opening and closing as you breathe in and out, maybe you're kind of pulsing and popping your pelvic floor up and down. These are all different examples of ways that you can sprinkle in places to add to your holistic sex practice, okay? Then, next is a mindset shift that I call sexual healing. Seeing pain as a pathway to pleasure. So, sexual blocks are often rooted in conditioning, trauma, shame, or old imprints. Healing requires moving through what you've been avoiding rather than bypassing it, you guys. Again and again, I have found that some of my deepest orgasms and most profound lovemaking happened on the other side of sharing hard truths or allowing really intense emotions to move through me. And on the other side of the pain is oftentimes so much more pleasure. And this is what creates really authentic lovemaking, when we're able to be with the emotions that are coming up instead of performing this act that sex or pleasure always needs to be this euphoric experience. It's just not realistic. When we're opening up this deepest portal inside of us, there are all sorts of emotions that are normal and that we can welcome to arise, because as we feel those, we actually create more space for pleasure. So an example of doing this that I love is really working on cultivating and being alive, letting what is most alive, whatever emotion that is, whether you're experiencing shame, grief, or anger, and really allowing that to fully emerge simultaneously while accessing pleasure, and having what we call a shame-gasm or an anger-gasm or a grief-gasm. And so this practice is one where you welcome the emotion fully while also simultaneously pleasuring yourself. And as you allow yourself to experience peak pleasure or orgasm, you do that simultaneously while experiencing the emotion. So experiencing the grief fully while orgasming or whatever it is. And when you do this, it's very powerful, because you will rewire your pleasure pathways and gently clear what's been standing in the way, because you are allowing yourself to be real and bring pleasure to these parts of us, to these emotions that we usually just want to shove away and we view as negative. This is one of my favorite experiences, so truly try this. Okay, and finally, somatic coaching and my freebie 13 steps to better tantric lovemaking. So deep sexual healing and transformation takes time, you guys, especially when trauma or religious conditioning or sexual abuse or relationship toxicity imprints are involved. Some of these patterns have been with us our entire lives, and we don't just heal them in one session or in one day. So having skilled support can really make all the difference in helping clear the patterns that you've carried for years and years. If you're ready for personalized guidance and deep transformational work that will literally rewire you from the inside out and shift so much in your reality in ways that probably, I can almost guarantee, nothing else in your life has done for you yet, those places that still feel stuck, that almost feel like you can't fully reach them or access them because they're actually in your subconscious and in your nervous system and in your body, and no amount of talk therapy or processing is going to actually shift it. It's actually the internal family systems, parts work, and bottom-up approach that I use in my coaching that offers a one-of-a-kind path towards deeper pleasure, intimacy, and freedom. And so if you're interested in really doing that deep dive journey and really clearing and healing at the root, please, please, please join my coaching by creating a free discovery call where we go over what you're looking for and see if it's a good match, okay? And if you're not quite ready to go all the way into coaching yet, feel free to begin with my free 13 Steps to Better Tantric Lovemaking Guide, which I created. It's completely free, filled with lots of practical practices, journaling prompts, and real steps to having tantric lovemaking, tantric sex with your partner, and just tantric practices with yourself. And you can claim this on my website at ariastephanie.com, or else the link in my bio here. So through all these practices, you will become more present, embodied, and a better lover. You'll learn to spread pleasure beyond your genitals into your entire body and open the possibility for transcendent sexual experiences. Sex becomes more than just physical. It becomes emotional, mental, and spiritual. Oh, so good. And through coaching with me, you'll really be able to heal the parts that have been blocking you from what you desire most and reclaim your life force energy that has been siphoned in the old pain, the old stories that have been holding you back from being all of yourself. And you'll be able to return home into your wholeness. You'll experience more hope and aliveness and meaningful transformation that will ripple into every other area of your life.